Thank you. Terre Haute Brewing Company. Oh my gosh, there are a lot of you here. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thanks for coming. My goodness, what a show. We got a great show for you tonight. I am so happy to be here. My name's Levi Elmore. I am your host with the most for the evening. And I just want to tell you a little bit about myself as we get started. First of all, I just want to address something right now. No, I am not a little person, but I am a short guy, and there's a difference. Doesn't change the fact that I've been called a midget every day from 4 up until 6 hours ago. I was minding my own business. I heard somebody go, "Hey, midget, get over here." And I got right up in their face. I said, "Grandma, I have a name." My grandmother looked at me and said, "Yeah, I'd call you Grumpy, but that would imply that you have 6 friends." Ruined Thanksgiving. Actually, that's not what ruined Thanksgiving. What ruined Thanksgiving was when my grandma, also unprompted, an hour later after some Fireball, looked at me and said, I have a question, Levi. And I said, "Okay, Grandma, what's up?" And she said, "Have you and your brother ever watched porn together?" And I said, "No, Grandma." "Why do you ask?" And she said, "Well, I caught your uncles watching porn together, and I didn't know if that was a thing that brothers do." And I said, "What, were they like 16, like hiding Playboys under the mattress or whatever?" And she was like, "No, this was a week ago. My uncles are 62 and 64. They just got their first smartphones and realized the internet's fucking awesome." I have gone and spent summers. My uncle used to have some farmland out in Paris, Illinois. I don't know if we got any Paris, Illinois folks, or as I call it, West Terre Haute. And I used to like spending time out there on the farm for the reason that it made me seem way more interesting to the girls that I went to school with who didn't know anything about Illinois. Because they'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing with your summer?" And I'd be like, "Well, I'm going to my uncle's farm in Paris." They'd be like, "Oh my God, does he have a vineyard? Do they do helicopter tours?" And I was like, "Well, he threw some seeds out in the backyard and there's been choppers flying over ever since." And he's got this bottle under his kitchen sink with 3 X's on it that he said, "If I drink it, I'll go blind." So, you know, it was a pretty good time. I'm 33 now. Just turned 33. My knees are 75. I got bad bones. It's like I hit that like I was like my 20s. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm drinking, I'm fucking," and then it's just like 30. I started going to a chiropractor. And that's who I am now. My first chiropractor appointment, she laid me down on the table and proceeded to pull out what I could only describe as a semi-automatic assault vibrator. Starts jackhammering away on my lower back like I'm the stretch of I-70 between like Brazil and Plainfield. At the end of it, she goes, "All right, do you need anything? Do you need ibuprofen, an ice pack?" I was like, "A cigarette wouldn't hurt." Thank you, Tenna. Dumb. I like that joke, though. I do a lot of events around town. I did Terre Haute's Got Talent for Coda. I did that here at the Brewing Company, which was a really cool event. Thank you, yeah, it was a really cool event. I'm emceeing the entertainment for Terre Haute Pride Fest tomorrow. Woo, yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a fun event, especially because as a straight white man, it's nice to be the diversity hire for a change. It's great. I get to know how the other half lives. If you couldn't tell by the fact that I could tell you way more about Back to the Future than you could ever want to know, I am in fact a single man. Like, I mean, just look at this. Screams like bass in a Weezer cover band, doesn't it? It's the hat. I watched Pokemon too much as a kid, and I'm like, "Yeah, baddies." I'm not. I do community theater on purpose. 2-time award-winning actor. I'm a single man. I'm on dating apps. Anybody on dating apps, make some noise if you're not. No, I'm the only loser. All right, thanks. I matched with someone on Tinder, and she asked me what my favorite color was. And I said, green, yeah. And I said, how about you? And she goes, well, I don't have a favorite color. And I was like, okay, follow up. How many bodies do you have in your freezer? Because I'm pretty sure that's a serial killer's answer to give. My best friend is colorblind. You know what he says when I ask his favorite color? He will look at me and he will go, I don't know, man. That one, can we please leave the Lowe's paint department now? It's been 3 hours. I miss my family. Oh. I moved on from that. I asked her what her favorite animal was, and she said, I love moo cows. So I blocked her. I like cows as much as the next guy. Don't get me wrong. I think it's unfair that they get to be called by the sound they make and no other animal does. Pretty fucked up. You're not going to see someone go, check out those bark dogs. Oh, snap, they got meow meow kitties. Oh, wow, they got 2 for 1 on the goldfish. I don't know, man. I don't really have too much luck with the dating apps. I think it's because I've been catfishing people. Well, a lot of guys, when they're 5'10", 5'11", they say they're 6 foot. And apparently it's not right for me to say that I'm 5'6". So, look, sometimes we need an extra, you got to lie about those extra 4 inches. Am I right, fellas? It's funny because it's like a penis or something. I did match with this one girl. I thought it was going really well, man. It was getting hot and heavy. It was spicy. She told me she was a squirter, and I was like, oh. But then it got really weird because she got really racist. I know. Stay with me. And I was like, damn, I never thought I'd encounter a whites-only fountain in 2025. Yeah, that's right. That's the new one that I wrote, Dad. My dad's here. He was like, are you doing any new material tonight, son? I was like, well, Dad, you see. Sort of. I love doing shows with other comics. Most of the shows I do are opening for like bands and musicians. Especially here, I love this place for comedy and for music. I give it up for the Terre Haute Brewing Company for having us, by the way. We have had so many good shows here, and it's nice that it just keeps up. They're so supportive. They have great music. And I love doing open mics here. They do open mic here every Thursday, by the way. I love doing open mics here, but it made me notice doing stuff with musicians, that musicians can get away with stuff comedians can't. Like, musicians can, like, get all, like, sentimental, be like, I'm going to dedicate this to the girl with the sad eyes sitting in the front row. Oh, and then it's like, oh my God, he's singing to me. I can't dedicate a joke to a girl in the audience. I'm going to, because, like, that's the bit. But, like, what am I going to do? Walk up and be like, what up, shorty? I've got Will Rich back here of, like, slapping down a 70s bass groove or whatever. I'm like, hey, girl, so a pony goes into a doctor's office, right? Yeah, Doctor says, what seems to be the problem? And the pony goes, well, doctor. Yeah, you like that? You like that? 30 minutes a wee fit. That's what that is. Stage is a little slicker than it used to be. Pony goes, well, doctor, I'm a little hoarse. Oh, shit. I live here now. That joke is in my phone as, you're not 24 anymore, stop it. But I love music. I grew up doing music in school and being an avid listener of music, and I love singers with really just, like, distinctive voices, right? Like Freddie Mercury, Elvis, Shaggy. And I'm not talking like, hey, Scoob. I'm talking like, they call me Mr. Bombastic, like that, Shaggy. Oh, my God. Can you imagine being the guy who, like, takes his order at McDonald's? Right? He pulls up. Shh, welcome to McDonald's. How may I take your order? Yo, I got me order, man. I swear it, no joke. I want the Big Mac. I want the large Coke. What? Do you think they get his order wrong on purpose, so he'll just be like, it wasn't me? Like, I'm gonna leave you guys on this because I've been reading a lot too. I'm an avid reader. I'm trying to keep my head out of my phone a lot. I've been trying to get back into reading books, and I started going back to one of my old childhood favorites, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And just because it's one of those like feel-good books, they just had the Timothy Chalamet Wonka out a few years ago, and I got a new printing from Books A Million, and it was updated for modern language. So like instead of the Oompa Loompas being little orange men, they're now little orange people, which implies the existence of female Oompa Loompas, which made me wonder what it'd be like to have sex with an Oompa Loompa. And my ex-girlfriend's not here, or she could tell you. But what kind of episode of Maury would that be if you got an Oompa Loompa pregnant? Oh my God, it'd be the best. Show up, Mr. Wonka, you are the father, and they just fucking roll out like Oompa Loompa Doompa Dee Doo. We have this bastard child for you. Oompa Loompa Doompa Dee Dale. Pay your support or you'll be in jail. What do you do when you don't wrap your pole? Go around sticking it in every hole. You will live out all of your greatest fears. She says the baby even has your ears. Let's just see the test results. Oompa Loompa Doompa Dee Dee. Make sure you're stocked up on that Plan B. And you will live in happiness too, like the Oompa Loompas Doompa Dee Doo. Terre Haute Brewing Company. Are you ready to keep going on an amazing night of stand-up comedy? Oh, man, hey, thank you all. I've been Levi Elmore. You'll see a little bit me later, but for now, let's bring up your next comic of the night. Give it up for my good buddy, Will Rich.
All right. So one of the questions that my ex used to ask me all the time was what came first, the chicken or the egg? And then like before I could answer, she would be like, it was actually you last night. Yeah. Yeah, she was a little bit of an asshole. She was kind of mean. Man, one night she told me that she was really into older men, and I didn't really like know what to do with that, you know? I don't know. I thought maybe we could have like a nice moment. So I was like, well, you know, that's okay. I'm actually into like goth gym rats that can squat. And suddenly I'm an asshole. Yeah, crazy, right? No, but she got super into older men, so that was weird. She told me one night that she wanted to, oh, nope, I fucked that up already. All right. That's fine. Yeah, no. What I started doing to try to get her in the mood, you know, I'd play Tucker Carlson and I'd bitch about this administration. Yeah, dude, she got fucking super into it, and it was weird, okay? There was one night she told me that she wanted to open up my southern border. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of ICE. I fucking was after that, okay? God damn. Yeah, that got rough. No, but we did break up. I was feeling kind of sad after that. So some of my friends got together and they decided to take me out to show-me's. Yeah. While we were there, one of my friends looks up at me and he goes, oh, I love coming here for the food. Really, man? For the food? That's it? That's like R. Kelly saying that he likes 14-year-olds for their maturity, okay? God damn. That was like Diddy saying that he liked Meek Mill for his music. All right? That's like Jerry Sandusky saying that he loved to coach football for the love of the sport. All right. Oh, no. My friends they're dumbasses. While we were there, one of my friends, he was asking us for advice because he's like shy. He doesn't really know how to talk to women. He just didn't know what to do. So one of my friends looks at him and he's like, what you need to do is approach a woman confidently and just start giving her compliments. All right? Like compliment her skin. And I said, yeah, don't do that, okay? And then, like, my other friend jumps in. He's like, yeah, you have to wait until they're in the basement. What kind of true crime riz is that? Jesus Christ. Like, I know it's called a pickup line. That doesn't mean you're supposed to pick them up and fucking carry them off. God. No, they like to ask me a lot of weird hypothetical questions, too. Like, one of them a while back, they were like, hey, Will, do you think that a gorilla could take 100 guys? And I said, yeah, sure, you know, if it's a slutty enough gorilla. I don't know what the fuck you want from me. I'm just saying, like, Lily Phillips did, like, I don't know, 112 hours. I don't know if a gorilla could get that far, but I don't know. I'm just rambling now. Yeah. I don't know, man. I was kind of talking to one of my friends about maybe trying to get myself back out there, you know, because it's been a while. And she said, maybe you should just try dating yourself for a while. And I really hate that advice, okay? Because I know what you're doing, all right? That's just a nice way of saying that you're a dumpster fire at the moment. Like, you don't need to see anybody regularly other than, like, a therapist, maybe, you know? No, that would have been good advice, but I did not take it. Instead, I decided to download a dating app. Yeah. I don't know, it was kind of cool. Like, I matched with this chick, and we started talking. She told me she was at this event with, like, a lot of vendors, and they had, like, a beekeeper there. And I was trying to be slick, you know? So I was like, oh, they're using honey to catch the honeys. Nice. Yeah. And then she replied with, actually, this is an event for children. So that line didn't really land the way that you wanted it to. So I replied back with, I know what I said. Yeah, she unmatched me after that. So I got off the dating apps. Oh, that was dumb. You guys are fun. Oh, man. I have been thinking about it, though, you know. I'm, like, starting to get older. I'm 29 now. I've come to the realization that if I do find somebody, like, they're probably already going to have kids. Like, I've dated a single mom before. I just don't know how I feel about doing it again, right? Like, a while back, I saw this headline that said, man shot and killed his stepson for not completing his chores on time. And as somebody that's dated a single mom, I get it. I get it. I don't know. That does give grounded a whole new meaning, though, right? Shit. Like the other thing, too, with kids these days, you know, they're really into, like, electronics, you know, like video games. Like, all my nieces and nephews this past year, they asked for a Switch. And I just think that's really weird, because that's what we used to beat the shit out of them for decades, you know? Like, I could only imagine trying to ask, like, my dad for a Switch when I was that age. Because he would have been like, no, I'll give you a Sony ass whooping. How about that? Fucking get out there and rake those leaves, or I'll put you in a Dreamcast. Fucking Xbox you upside the head. Oh, man. Yeah. No, like the other thing, too, well, something that's been on my mind a lot lately is AI, you know? I don't know, you guys hear about ChatGPT and all about that crazy shit? Like, every time there's a tech bro on the news, they're like, oh, AI is going to take over in the next, like, 5 years. We can't stop it. Like, you're the motherfucker that's making it. You could just stop. Like, it's that easy. I don't know, man. It's weird. It reminds me of, like, just a hypothetical situation. You come across a guy with his nuts, like, hanging over a bear trap, and you're trying to talk him down, you know? It's like, listen, man, you don't have to do this, all right? Really. And then he's just like, no, you don't understand. If I don't do it, the Chinese will. It's like, I don't know, man. I do think ChatGPT is kind of cool. Like, I can hop on ChatGPT right now and ask, hey, what's the powerhouse of the cell? And, like, immediately it's going to answer back with mitochondria, you know? And that just wasn't around when I was younger, all right? I had to find an adult and, like, hope that they had their shit together. Like, please, I hope you've read a book. No, man. I could go and ask my granddad the same question right now. Like, hey, what's the powerhouse of the cell? And immediately he would answer back, the Aryan Brotherhood. Yeah. I don't know. And I know like kids have been using it to cheat on their homework. It's weird. Like I don't know. It makes me think of my high school experience, you know? Like my high school experience, if you got caught cheating on a test, it's not because, if the teacher wanted to see you after class, it's not because we were using ChatGPT. It's actually because she wanted to fuck you, okay? We had like 4 separate incidents of this happening at my school. It was weird. Like my high school experience was a lot like Hogwarts if you just replaced all the dark arts teachers with pedophiles. It was weird, man. Like I remember the teacher that got caught too. She had this sticker on the back of her car that said, "Shoot your local pedophile." She was just trying to get rid of the competition. Oh my God. Oh man. I don't know. I guess I'll do one more and then I'll get out of here. Bring up our host. Do you guys think it's weird that like there's these new ads for like fresh dog food, you know? And they do their best to make you feel like a fucking war criminal. It's like, oh, are you feeding your dog ultra processed foods every day? I mean, yeah. What else am I supposed to give the little guy? I don't know, man. It just makes me feel bad up until I like take him for a walk, you know? And he's like trying to eat a dead bird that's been like smushed into the pavement. I don't know, man. Suddenly that ultra processed bovine sphincter, it isn't that bad. All right, let's get our host back up here.
Hey, keep it going for Will Rich. All right, Terre Haute Brewing Company, we're going to bring up your next comic of the night. Please give a big round of sound for TJ Cartwright.
All right, Terre Haute, how you guys doing tonight? Doing great? It's beautiful outside. The warm weather's almost over. I'm not looking forward to the cold. You guys doing good today, though? I mean, great day at work. Everybody have a good Friday? Good Friday? No? Yeah? All right, I'll just get to some funny shit. Sorry. I had a really good day. It was fucking great. Anyways, my name is TJ. I've been asked a lot what my initials stand for. My full name is Thomas James Cartwright Jr., but the junior's silent because I ain't never met that dude. I guess he's a no-good, dirty, rotten, acid-dealing hippie. That's what Mom always said. I ain't never met him. From what I do know, though, I take after him a little bit. You know, like, I'm a hippie. I got a couple baby mamas. And I'm constantly battling the urge to abandon my children. I'm definitely kidding. I'm a single mother to a 9-year-old now. I've got 2 kids. The mom bounced on the second one, though. First mom's good. Second mom, no good. Anyway, I love my kids. My kids are healthy, thank God. When I was a kid, I was not healthy. When I was 4 years old, I was diagnosed with severe aplastic anemia. Had to get blood transfusions every day. It was not good. I remember the doctor walked in and they told my mom, like, he's not going to live to see 5. You know, she crying. Oh, no. I was like, Mom, it's all right. It's not your fault. She's like, it is my fault. I knew I shouldn't have ate all that acid when I was pregnant. So I guess I'm an acid baby. Thanks, Mom. Yeah. She gets super mad. She found out I was telling that joke. She was like, what the fuck? You know. I'm like, well, you shouldn't have told me. Because guess what? I tell jokes now. This is not good for you. No, she's great, Mom. But anyway, my health shit, I was not good. I was dying a lot every year. It was like, oh, he's not going to make it to 6. He's not going to make it to 7. I just kept getting more diseases. When I was 11, I got Graves' disease. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to die now for sure, right? Graves' disease. Like, no, this is the best one you got. Relax. You'll be fine. I'm like, cool, okay. So the medicine kept me alive a while longer. I lived to be 25 before it quit working, and I had to get a bone marrow transplant. Does anybody know what that is, bone marrow transplant? It's very painful shit. So I went in, the doctor's explaining to me. He's like, listen, this is more painful than childbirth. And I was like, hell yeah, you know, can't wait to rub that in my baby mama's face. She's always telling me I don't know about pain. Ask the doctor. So anyways, I go in to get my sample taken out so they can find a donor, to keep me alive. And this is like a rush, like you're going to die soon. The doctor leaves, comes back in a couple hours later. He's like, I got bad news. I'm like, Doc, I've been dying cells for. What the fuck do you got now? He's like, well, top of all these other diseases, you also have cancer. And I was like, whew, I thought you were going to tell me I had an STD or something serious. Had me worried there for just a second, you know what I mean? I got excited about the chemo. I'm like, hell yeah, this unibrow's been a problem. Let's get rid of that. But all my hair fell out except the unibrow. Can you believe that shit? Yeah, I wish I wrote that down. That's not made up at all. That's fucking in the bathroom. Fuck. So anyways, I'm a miracle. I beat all that shit. I beat the cancer. I beat the anemia. I beat all the shit they said I'd never live through. Thank you guys so much. It's wild. It sounds like a dream. It don't even feel like I really lived through that shit, but I did. So anyways, I was finally able to have tattoos now that I beat this blood disease, right? So I was like, fucking, my buddy's wife just started doing them. I'm like, practice on me, cover me up, So I got unbreakable tattooed right here. You beat all those diseases, you feel fucking unbreakable. Well, 3 months after I got that tattoo, I wrecked an F-250 off a cliff, got ejected from the truck 75 yards away down into a creek bed, broke 47 bones, and they had to pull my spleen out in the helicopter and cut my unbreakable tattoo in half. So I'm probably going to get the unmarked out, so it just says breakable. I'm working on that joke. That's just how it happened. I don't have to write too many. I need to write more jokes, but I'm just going to tell you my life story, because it's fucked up. And I'm skipping over a lot of it. But anyways, all right, so I get out of that. I'm doing fine. The tattoo, I heal up from the tattoo shit. What was I going about? Oh, yeah, I was going to talk about my where I'm from. So I'm from Laurel, Indiana. Have you guys ever heard of Laurel, Indiana? It's on the other side of the state. There's an off-road park over there. It's like 2.5 hours away, roughly, give or take. Anyways, in Laurel, Indiana, more people know how to cook meth than know how to cook dinner, okay? It's not a good place. Very country bumpkin, you know what I mean? Everybody's got a food stamp card, but nobody's got a credit card. And if you see a nice car roll through town, it's probably just a CPS lady. There ain't a lot going on down there, you know what I mean? Like, everybody does the same shit. They're either hunting, fishing, or stealing Cadillac converters. Yeah, it was damn near an epidemic for a while. They got so good at stealing them, they got the converter off the cop car in front of the police station. You can look the shit up while they were on duty. But nobody in town had any exhaust at all, so nobody could hear shit when a Sawzall's running, you know what I mean? It's just, ah! But they changed the laws, so now you can't get away with fucking selling a Cadillac converter without a presidential seal or some crazy shit. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with all the converters I got in the garage. Kind of stuck with them, just wall ornaments. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I've never stolen any Cadillac converters, but I've stole a few Chevy converters and a couple Ford converters. You know what I'm saying? No, it's catalytic converter. I'm play on words. All right. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I love Laurel, but. In Laurel, so one of the coolest facts about Laurel is like 5 families, little tiny town, like a couple hundred people population. 5 families have made it onto the Jerry Springer Show. How cool is that? You guys watch the Jerry Springer Show? Give it to me. Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. Yeah, fuck yeah. R.I.P. Jerry. So I found out some cool information on Jerry Springer. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but his parents were Holocaust survivors. Did you guys know that? Pretty cool. So they didn't agree with anything he really did. Like when he got into politics, they didn't agree with it. They didn't like it. And then he got out of that and he started the Jerry Springer Show, and they really hated that. You know what I mean? It's not good at all. Got the Klan on there and shit. They're like, what are you doing? Yeah. Anyways, the only thing Jerry Springer and his parents ever had in common is that they were both around a lot of families getting roasted. Oh. I wrote that the day Jerry Springer died. I was like, I'm gonna have a joke for him. I don't know if he'd like it, but he might. His parents wouldn't for sure. So what about, we got some potheads in here? Who smokes some weed? Anybody smoke weed? I knew it. I could smell it. I mean, I was like, are they going to go with it or no? Just pretend we're still in Indiana. You're real close to Illinois, though. I mean, it's right there. I was working in South Bend all week, and everybody up there was like, fuck, it don't matter. We're close to Michigan. I was like, really? Like, you're in the building. Go outside at least. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Anyways, I've been smoking weed for a long time. I've been smoking weed for 27 years, and I'm only 33. Oh, Yeah, so my brother was a piece of shit, okay? Piece of shit. He's like, I was 6 years old. He's like, you're gonna die anyway. Hit this fucking joint. I was like, yeah, man. I thought I was the coolest fucking kid in school. Told all my friends, I had to find new friends in the first grade because kindergarten kids, they were like, nope. Yeah, I was 6 years old, and that's a true story of smoking weed. My brother, piece of shit, like I said. I was like 7 or 8 at the time he tried to convince me I was born a girl, right? And I was like, yeah, right. I know your tricks, you fucking liar. He's like, no, I'm serious on this one. Feel that spot between your balls and your butthole. He's like, yeah, there's a seam down there, ain't there? That's where they sewed your pussy up. I'm like, oh, yeah. And I started to believe him. I'm like, yeah, I like playing with Barbie dolls. I always took too long to get ready. I'm like, oh, no. My parents, why would you do this? I kept it to myself, though, because, my brother was an asshole. I didn't want to beat me up for telling that my parents gave me a sex change. So I just kept that to myself for a few years, and I'm like, okay. Eventually, I stumbled upon my dad's porn stash, and I was watching girl-on-girl porn and getting horny. I was like, I must be a lesbian. Yeah. So I'm going to get out of here in just a second, but when my youngest son was born, I knew right away that he took after me, because he tested positive for THC. I was like, that's my boy, So CPS gets involved, right? CPS lady starts coming in my house once a week to drug test me. And she walks in the first time, and I'm like, why the fuck you drug testing me? The kid's the one that failed. What are we doing here, But it gets way better. So fast forward a few years later, that same CPS lady that was coming in my house, I was coming in that CPS lady. And now she's at the house babysitting my kids so I can be here tonight. She went from trying to take my kids to begging me to put them on her face. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hell yeah. Her mom does not like that joke. My name is TJ Cartwright. You can look me up on all social medias at TJ Got Jokes. And thank you guys so much for coming out. Let's give it up one more time for your host, Levi.
TJ Cartwright. Hell yeah. All right, Terre Haute Brewing Company, we're going to keep this gravy train a-rolling. Please give a big-ass round of sound for Tenna McDonald.
It's your first diversity hire of the night. You better clap, Terre Haute. You better clap, Terre Haute. Disappointed. I was attempting to come up here. I'm like, should I just ask them up the front? I'm like, you all cool with Mexicans? Please don't take me. My mom will find me. I have a phone. No, I did a show in Anderson, and man, that was terrifying. Did a show in Anderson, immediately 34 years old. I was like, I'm gonna call my mom. Because this is how the news happens. Mommy, come get me. Please find me. Like you said, my name is Tenna. That is just Jenna, but like with a T. So like Trailer Jenna. I don't know. Thank you for laughing comics. They talked to me also like 20 minutes ago. They're like, oh yeah, she's trash as hell. Yeah, that works. Nah, I drove from Indy, but I'm originally from Newcastle. I'm sorry. Do you guys know about Newcastle? That's appropriate. For those that don't realize, Newcastle, Indiana, we don't have much. We have the Basketball Hall of Fame. And that is it. We also are known for the abundance of juggalos that hang out at gas stations. They just be there. They just congregate. They just hang out the side of their best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. That joke's for you. I love you. Be like her. She's fun. Your laughs are good. I'm going to put them in a jar of crystals. I don't know why I became Ursula. I'm sorry. Now, I've been living in Indy for a while, and I just discovered a few things in the past. Let's normalize calling people nerds and virgins again. Let's fucking bully. No, you guys don't realize for 3 days straight, Indianapolis will be covered in mustaches and biceps for fucking days. Also, a lot of androgynous women with tapered fades named Steph. I'll fucking ruin my life right now, Steph. What's up? Love a woman who's over 6 feet. Jesus fuck. The first time I saw the firefighter convention, y'all, I need you guys to realize I was working downtown, and sometimes I feel like a little country mouse coming from Newcastle to Indy. Like, I'm like, 5 goes east. I'm just like, oh my God, what is all of this? So I was in downtown, and the city's like packed, but it's not just firefighters. I'm like, there's other sexy mommies here. What the fuck is happening? Do you guys want to know what Indianapolis did? Because they were like, it's not horny enough in here. They scheduled a Tim McGraw concert. I fucking love this table. I hear your giggles, and I love it. You guys also, nerds, start laughing, okay? You guys don't realize that Tim McGraw fans are divorced. They're divorced hot moms, and I don't know what happened when, when Tim McGraw became hot mom's, chaperone, but I love it. Just cowboy hats, butt cheeks out. Oh my God. Gladys, you're gonna get in trouble. Stop. No, I feel like that weekend I was transformed. I kind of became my father's daughter, who was also a Mexican Filipino. I'm like, oh, I too love tall white women. Uppies. Not horny enough. I don't know what happened to y'all. Is it the economy? Is that why we're not horny? Is that it? Is it because it was too hot? Is it the corn sweat we're not horny enough? I get it, brother. I thought it was gonna be fucking fall, okay? Remember last week when it lied to us? It was just like, I like that fall was just like, what if we just touch you a little bit? I'm like, yeah, fall, touch me. And then I had to put deodorant underneath my breast before I walked into this building. Don't get me wrong, I'm a real whore for summer, but I'm fucking over it. I got a W forming underneath my titties at all times. It's fucking dumb. I mentioned my dad's Mexican Filipino. I am mixed race. My dad's Mexican Filipino, and my mom is Hoosier. I love my mom, but she is something, like, if you were to Google Indiana, you guys know what you're going to find. You're going to find pictures of, corn, Walmart fights. You're also going to find pictures of Lisa causing a fucking ruckus with her big titties and her big teeth. I know she can hear me from Henry County, and she's fucking pissed that I'm doing this. Now, I'm a mixed race. I fall into a weird category. I don't know if you guys know about this. So I've lived here my whole life, and being mixed race and being a woman, most of the times, I just be fucking white boys. I've been fucking white boys since I was 15, and I don't know what happened to my brain where I've just been running through them. I've been running through white boys like I've been running through the rain. They're very easily impressed by me. I don't know why. I think, white boys will talk to me for 10 minutes. They're like, wow, you know a lot of Jimmy Eat World lyrics. Yeah, Justin, I do. You trying to get gaslit? Okay, you guys pulled back on that. You guys don't realize that the Philippines was colonized, and I deserve it. Let me fucking gaslight white boys. This is History with Tina. I am actually just now dating a brown man. Clap for me. It's really nice. Hear me out, brother. I love foreskin. Hear me out. Ribbed for your pleasure. It's very nice. I love you guys. You guys be better. Because I see your faces smiling. You're allowed to laugh. I don't know what happened. I think COVID ruined everybody. Forgot how to giggle and have fun. Fun. Love you. Now, my boyfriend actually is a very similar mix to me. He is also Mexican, Filipino, and white. The ratio is just different. His mom's full Filipino and his dad is Mexican and white. And I know you guys are hearing that and you're like, wow, that's really specific. Could you guys be related? And to that I say, shut the fuck up. Hear me? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Guys, I found a man who rinses his rice and then uses that rinsed rice water for his plants. So fucking hot. Yes, the bar is set to hell. I like that laugh. Thank you. Yes, the bar is set to hell, okay, guys? The first time I went into this man's fucking house, he had house plants that were alive. I fucking know. Thanks, moms. So hot. This man had houseplants, 10-foot monstera, and clean fingernails, and a box of Magic the Gathering cards. That man got tism. I fucking love it. He hyperfixate on a thing, and I'm like, baby, fixate on this. Fixate on this. Actually, set up camp, live down here forever, and he does. It's really nice. May I recommend a short king, bitches? Short king. They gotta compensate. They got moxie and hand stuff on their side. I fucking love it. Mostly because they're like, oh, I'm right here. I'm like, oh, crazy. You're like right there. Hell yeah, girl. I love you. I'll take you away from all this. No, I love my boyfriend a lot. He's really great. He's a very fun person. I'm a little jealous, though. I'm a little jealous of my boyfriend because he's a little bit more culturally connected. Like, we're both part Mexican, so we do have the fear of chanclas, which you guys know. That's Mexican ass beatings with flip-flops. Yay! Women under 5 foot, I don't know why they're like that, where they're just like, what if I just... Damn it. Why? But because his mom's full of Filipino, like, he's more connected, and I'm super jealous about it. Like, his Christmases were full of, like, karaoke and lumpia. I realize you guys don't know a lot of Filipino stereotypes. That's okay. But I have a white mom. You know what my Christmases were full of? Watching the Casey Anthony trials. White moms love their true crime. They really fucking do. Is anybody in here like the oldest of their siblings? Oh, a few of us. Okay. What's it like to always be the parent of the friend group? What's that like? Something happened to us. I'm the oldest of my siblings. Something happened to us where I just feel the need to take care of everyone around me. I don't know what happened. It could be that, like, one time, and the people in here that are the oldest siblings, I know you can relate, is one time our parents looked at us, and then they realized they have free childcare. They're like, this one right here, she can make mac and cheese all by herself. No, the 5 and 6-year-old will be fine. The 13-year-old's got this. Now let's go to Denny's and get fucking weird, babe. I'm sure that's how my dad talked to my mom. Nah, I will give my parents this. It was cost efficient. Was it safe? Fucking no. I don't know if you guys realize this. 13-year-olds, they're like very neglectful. Do you know what happened at 13? At 13, my Tamagotchi died. And my Furby, lice. Some things could have been prevented. No, they could have been prevented. I'm just saying my brothers could have been better off raised by wolves. 100%. Because if they got out of hand, I don't see a wolf running to their room to cry, smoke weed, and listen to too much Avril Lavigne. Wouldn't have been a thing. Thank you for the people that enjoyed the Avril Lavigne reference. Thank you. Yeah, bitch, I love you. No, and sometimes I do that bit and like there's no response to the Avril Lavigne thing and I'm a little heartbroken. I'm like, okay, I will walk into a lake with rocks in my pockets. Okay. Sorry, I was a teenage girl in the 2000s. I was listening to Avril. I wasn't listening to the Eagles, Derek. Shut up. You guys like watching this ADHD fly? This is what happens when you don't read enough. This is what happens. No, I love my brothers a lot. We're just all very different. We are very different, even down to our daddies. It's a nice, fun way to say my mom likes to party. My mom likes diversity with her raw dogging. I've been doing that joke for years, and I've grown to hate it. Now, so my brothers, their dads are like these fucking yoked ass football player looking dudes. My mom went from a 5 foot like Mexican Filipino to like gods. I'm like, what happened, man? You just jumped all the way up. She needs a step stool for their dads. Now, my youngest little brother, he goes to IU East, and well, okay, some regional jokes don't work. That's fine. But he goes to IU, he works at a comic book shop, and also he's been in the same D&D campaign for like years. That's so nice. That's loyalty. Our other brother is a person. He's a whole ass other person. He's a middle child if that says anything. So he's a cunt. Our brother, Chris, he is a lot. He is a white vegan rapper with dreads. You ever just look at somebody, you're like, this is too much. Actually, no, fuck it. Let's add more. Here's an iguana. Let's add to all the stupid bullshit you're doing. One time we got into it. This was like a few years ago. We were fucking fighting, and I was just like, there's no fucking way you don't have a job, Christopher. You have the perfect recipe just to work at a vape shop. A white vegan rapper with dreads? Oh, 100%. He could walk into any vape shop and just like, oh, hi, I'm Chris. I'm here to start my shift. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you. This has been an impression of my brother, Chris, who sucks. His name is C-Mac. You can find him on SoundCloud. I know the irony. I'm talking shit about him up here with knuckle tattoos. I gotta support his arts. Just gonna balance it out. I'm gonna close up, but I think we're getting to know each other. You guys gonna be nice to me if I tell you something weird and vulnerable? Cool, because if you don't, I'll cry. I'll fucking look like Eric Draven up here. Is that what you want? It's for 3 people who know who The Crow is. So I've done drugs. Obviously. I feel like it's not surprising. Like, you don't get this demeanor from saying no at parties. You just don't. Where are these crow's feet from? They're from hotboxing in Toyota Tacomas. That's what they're from. Fucking love a Tacoma. It's safe. Anyway. Nah, I used to do a lot of drugs. I used to do a lot of acid and shrooms. Like, weed was my personality, if that makes sense to anybody. Like, if I was to talk about Colorado, that's just my Midwest girl's Paris. I'm gonna go to the mountains, watch butterflies do their thing while I smoke something called Gorilla Glue. Woo! It's a real vibe. But now I'm on the opposite spectrum. I'm whoopsie-doozy sober. Not because the law told me. I just got lazy. I just discovered I like sleeping. I don't even drink anymore, which is fucking weird in Indiana. I'm just like, oh, you know what sounds really good? I like going to bed on time. Like, I didn't stop drinking the same reason my mom stopped drinking, which is like, oh, no, I'm pregnant again. Thank you. If we don't laugh at my trauma, how am I supposed to get past it? Nah, I stopped drinking because the concept of just having to, like, you have to go through a whole fucking thing of 3 days of just, like, sleeping in bed, McDonald's and True Detective, which also sounds really nice, but not when you're hungover. It's not fun. I'd also discovered I like farmers markets. Fucking love farmers markets. I love getting up early, watch a little Degrassi, hang out with my cat, and buy fucking produce from a guy named Duncan. That sounds nice. Which is very ironic because I've done bullshit. I've done very bad things, guys. Which I feel like is not surprising. Look at the knuckle tattoos. Nothing says I like a subpar day job like knuckle tattoos that say make time. Make time to drink water, Tina. Okay, I promise I will leave, I promise. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys a thing. So one time I was in Muncie, I was in Muncie. I was in a public restroom, and I was very shit-faced. Granted, I was 21. I had too much confidence. Also, my knees were good. It was a wild time. I was offered Molly by a man who looked a lot like Kid Rock. Diet Kid Rock, if you will. I was so drunk, I then tried to lick the Molly off of his bare, naked hand. I know. How am I alive? Guys, that was a decision that was so bad that even low-calorie Kid Rock was like, maybe fucking don't, bud. Maybe don't. Guys, a man with a flavor saver and Jinko jeans, very worried about me. What an honor. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for having me. Come find me on the internet. Buy my feet pictures. Bye.
Thanks, Miss Tenna. Out here representing the Short Kings. That's right. She was like, girls, find yourself a Short King. I jumped like fucking Super Mario. I was like, woohoo! Reminded me of the time I got picked up by a stripper at the fucking Coyote. I don't mean she took me home. I mean she lifted me off the ground like I was her child. She was 5'9" without the heels. I saw 2 big hands coming down at me. I looked up at her like the aliens from Toy Story, like the claw. I'm going to bring up your next comedian of the night. He's a good friend of mine, super hilarious guy. Give it up for Jamie Young.
Thank you very much, Levi. I'm going to move shit around here a little bit and without knocking shit over and embarrassing myself too much. Here we go. You guys doing all right? All right. Great crowd. Great turnout. Give it up for your host, Levi. Give it up for the other comedians killing it. Tenna, great job. This is a Great room. Great to see you guys out here, and thank you very much, Terre Haute Brewing Company, for doing this. So it's awesome. I seeing some looking around, see some couples in the crowd tonight. So Friday night's often a good little date night. So we got any dating people here in the crowd this evening? Anyone on a date? No, I mean married people date. Do we have any married people in the crowd tonight? Nothing. We're just fucking nothing. I don't know. We're not single. We don't. Who's married? All right, damn it. Get fucking loud. Talk to me here. I can't do shit if you're quiet. It doesn't work. I got to see you. So I've got no problem with marriage. I love marriage. Marriage is a good thing. I got no complaints. I've been married like 20-some years. Don't ask me the exact date, but, whatever. My wife's not here, so I can get it wrong. It's 20-something. Anyway, I got no problem. I love marriage. It's one of the many contractual agreements you'll get in with someone that it doesn't matter how many people are there, and it doesn't matter what color the ink is. It's different than any other contract you get in because that signature doesn't mean shit till you fuck. True story. They give it a fancy word and call it consummate, right? You consummate. Yeah, if you think I'm lying, try to break that shit off after the fancy place you go to consummate, the honeymoon, right? That's the first thing they'll ask you. Well, did you consummate? Well, that makes shit's tricky. So there we go. But think about it for a minute. What if other contracts were like that? Huh? What if you had to do that to finish the deal on other contracts? Boy, wouldn't that make buying a car a little awkward? Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Young, you got the 2025 Toyota leather interior, power windows, power moonroof. Good choice. I tell you what, we'd ran your credit. You've been a good boy. We got 5.5% and doggy style, or 6.5 in missionary. It's your choice. It's your choice. Oh, you got a trade-in. All right. Okay. Well, if it checks out, we got a good deal. We got 10% and a hand job. Yeah, seriously, we don't try to fuck everyone that comes in the door. That's the way we work here. So, I don't know. Marriage is a good thing. I like going out with my married buddies because usually it's just beer and games, no agenda. But every now and then I'll go out with a single guy, right? And they're like a dog on the prowl, right? They're always trying to get lucky. Gonna get lucky. Trying to get laid, right? They call it luck. Call it getting lucky. That's a fancy little word for it, but it's bullshit, right? You're never gonna get laid with luck. It's not like you're going to walk in the fucking bar and there's like a rainbow, right? All right? There's a little leprechaun there with a pot of ass, right? Hi, me boy. Welcome to the end of the rainbow. Reach inside me, pot of ass, and grab yourself a booty for the evening. You've earned it. Because, me lad, you've gotten lucky for the night. That's not how it works, is it? Right? No. You gotta have game, right? You gotta have game to get lucky. Married or single. That's the misconception. I have single friends like, you're married, you don't have to have game. Bullshit, we have to have game, right? Single guys, you're game. Whatever, there's many steps to it. It's complicated, right? You gotta look good, gotta smell good, gotta say the right thing, do the right thing, gotta be interesting, right? Married men, our game is the same. Just as complicated, one step. Don't piss her off. Because married pussy is fragile. It is fragile. I've said that in front of a young buck one time, and he's like, what do you mean? You tear it up? I'm like, you're going to tear it up, but you're not going to tear it up. No. No, not that kind of fragile, my man. In fact, I've seen a 7.5-pound baby kicked out of that exit and the door slammed shut behind it. I call pussy nature's memory foam. Yeah. You ain't tearing shit up, hot dog. Yeah. It's fragile. That's why I ask for sex every day, because I don't know when I fucked it up. So I ask every day because I can't read my wife, and there's nothing worse than finding out on Tuesday you could have got laid on Monday. You just didn't ask. Damn it. It always comes back to bite you. But the best is when you don't have to ask, right, fellas? When you don't have to ask for it, things are going well. I'm looking around in the crowd. I see this lovely couple right back here. Married? We married? All right. I know there's another married couple around here somewhere, a couple other married, not married. So this is good. So married couples, you got that unwritten thing when you don't have to ask for it, right? It's that unwritten rule. It's the nod. You know, you look at the wife, you don't have to say shit. You know you're getting laid. You get the nod. You will change plans about the nod, right? Your schedule, boys call you up. You're going to go out for some drinks. Hey, man, you come out tonight? I got the nod. I'm going to sit this one out. I ain't fucking this one up. I got the nod, right? So you don't want to mess that up. When you get the nod, you hold on to the nod, right? That's how it goes. You don't want to lose the nod. The losing the nod is the ultimate no you'll ever get. I can handle a no. When I know in the day, I get a no, cool, whatever. I'll be a jackass, no big deal. I'm not going to lose anything. But when I've had the nod and I lose the nod, the ultimate no, I call it the 9. 9. That's what I call it because unfortunately, I've been so close as to disrobing, right? I've gone through the whole fucking day. Everything's gone well. We're on our way to the bedroom. And God bless my wife. She doesn't sound like a Nazi, but she freezes in her tracks, and that's what I hear. And what is this? This appears to be a towel that you've left on the floor all day, is it not? I'm sorry, baby, I'll get it right. 9! I will get it. It's my job. It's okay. I do all the work. You don't. I'm sorry, baby. Just come on. 9! It's not happening tonight, is it? Perhaps maybe you go to the showers. Perhaps you look at me like I'm a Nazi. Correct, because this is Nazi pussy you get tonight. I don't know. I don't mind. I don't mind getting the no. But the worst thing, every now and then, as a husband, you might be, or dating man, I don't know. Did you get the nod, by the way? Is he getting the nod? So far, so good. Has he got the nod? Yeah. How long y'all been dating? Be the first date. Be the first date. Be the first date. How long? 2 weeks? 2 months. Yeah, he's getting it. He's got the nod. He brought her out. People laughing, pointing fingers at him. He's a stud. There we go. We're good. We love it. So no, but my point is, and every now and then I go barking at my wife's tree, and men, you can attest to this. I want an answer. Simple yes, simple no. Every now and then I go barking at my wife's tree, and you guys know, if you knew the joke, if you knew the words, you could say it with me. You get the, we'll see. We'll see. What do you mean, we'll see? What's we'll see? What is that? What does will see? Well, gentlemen, you know what will see is. It's sexual purgatory. And your bitches pull it off often. You do. The little Nazi gets talking in your head. We'll see. We'll see if he'll notice that cup that's been sitting by his chair for 2 days. Yes. We'll see if he's going to mow the yard later. We'll see how he treats the children. We'll see. Yeah. It's we'll see. It's sexual purgatory. It's manipulation. And it works. It works. I'm not going to fuck it. It works. I get all my shit together, right? I get everybody on board. Listen up, men. Tonight we sail the Will Sea. There could be choppy waters. Keep your head on a swivel. And don't fuck this up. She's going to see us coming. That's you get the will see. The worst thing, though, you get the will see. Things are going well. You watch your P's and Q's. Everything's going well. And you get cock-blocked by the Sandman. Yeah, the Sandman. You go in and you find your wife asleep, right? You did well. You got the will see. We're going to have sex. Everything's cool. Do you wake your wife for sex? I don't know. I reference a couple things. I watched a lot of TV. Every now and then, I'll be horny. I've got the will see. Things are looking good. I see my wife asleep. I walk in. I see her laid out. And I'm like, I watched enough Steve Irwin to know about this one. Croakies. Look at right there. Look at the old beaut all laid out. Oh, she's had a long day, she has. Just listen to the rumbling in her tumbling. Oh. Normally, I jump right on the old girl and give her a roundabout. But get a look at those teeth. After a long day, I'm no dummy. We're going to come back and fight another day. Yeah, absolutely. There's a name for a man who wakes a sleeping wife for sex. Yeah, it's a hero. Nobody likes a hero. Abort. I don't know. You get that we'll see, you get that nod. Police officers, and I know I got a buddy who's a cop. I always tell him, man, that is the time that your ass has the right to remain silent. Yeah, do not fuck that up, my man. Yeah, I don't know. I grew up in the 80s. Any 80s kids around here? I'm old. All those they're like telling Pokemon jokes and shit, and I'm like, I don't get it. It's funny to the kids, but I don't get it. 80s people, my people, right, my people. I like it. Grew up in the 80s. Didn't have cable. Every now and then you could fuck with the TV and see a titty on HBO. Like, woo! Right? Then the parents got it. You learn. You didn't have porn at your fingertips as a kid growing up. Like, all right, my mom's gone. She's going to be home in 20 minutes. The show's on. I see titties in 12. Get ready. Now, check the clock, wind the watch. Check the clock, wind the watch. 80s is a good time. One of the things I noticed growing up in the 80s, big misconception is... Big misconception. I thought there would be lingerie and sexy dress and toys and all sorts of crazy shit like that all the time. And it's not quite like that, right? There's the sexy dress. Yeah, there's a sexy dress. There are the toys. My wife, she has a pair of gray sweatpants with a bleach stain. And the toys, I've got a CPAP. Oh yeah. That's those sweats keep it alive, and the CPAP keeps me alive. So I love it over there. So I heard a little dog bark over there. Any dog lovers in the house? Yeah, let's give it up. Let's give it up for puppies. Gotta love doggies, right? My wife and I, we have a lovely dog, and take her out for a walk, and it never fails. People will smile, they'll admire your pet. Look it out, check it out, ask about it. A couple of weeks ago, I observed something similar to that in a bar. It didn't turn out well. A lovely couple were out on their date 2 months into it, and she found her way to the restroom. Another man commented how hot she was, and a fight ensued. And I think that's silly. I think it's quite silly. I have a very hot wife, and if people recognize that, that's good. I recognize beautiful things, and I appreciate people that appreciate things like that. But the conversations would be similar if it were okay, as you as someone would compliment your dog. The conversations could go the same way, right? You're out with your wife, and a man walks up. Pardon me, sir. I don't mean to be rude, but that hair, those eyes, where did you find her? Oh, her? Oh, man. She was a stray. Yeah, picked her up at a bar in Crown Point about 23 years ago. Yes, sir. 2 margaritas, had her eaten right out of my hand. Oh, yeah. Oh, she shakes it. Yeah, look at her wiggle. Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh, you can tell when she's happy. Look at, yeah. Well, what is she? Well, tell you what, 23andMe says she's half German, half Italian, but between you and I, she's 100% good girl. Yeah. Ladies, it's the same. Same thing. You're out with your husband. You're out shopping, doing the whole shoppy thing, Saturday, Sunday, whatever it is. Another lady comes up to you. I'm sorry. Pardon me, ma'am. I don't mean to be rude, but I have watched, and he's listened to everything you say. Oh, my goodness. Is he formally trained? I don't know. I've only been with him for 3 years. He kind of was like that. I met him outside the VFW in the parking lot. Yeah. His coat was filthy. Teeth were all bad. Yeah, I had to take him home and fatten him up a little bit. He loves to lay around, but he's my buddy. Yeah. Oh yeah. What? Oh, tricks. Oh yeah, a lot of watches. Honey, why don't you go get mommy a 12-pack of Diet Coke? Yeah, and a gallon of milk. Oh yeah. With the blue cap. He knows his callers. He certainly does. Do you have one? I used to. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did he pass? No. I just I left the back gate open one night, and he got a whiff of some strange pussy and thought he'd go out and try to get lucky. Hey, everybody, my name is Jamie Young.
Let's give it up for your host. You've been awesome. Thank you very much.
Keep it going for Jamie Young. Yeah, Jamie, that actually wasn't a small dog yapping. I just really liked your joke. I'm going to bring up your next comedian of the night, Terre Haute Brewing Company. Give it up for Luke Franklin.
Oh, Terre Haute, what are we fucking doing? This is awesome. This is like an actual stage. I can like walk the fuck over here. I usually like perform on like little, like sticky note type fucking. It's small, you know. This is awesome. Fuck yeah. Well, listen. You guys all bought your tickets online, I'm assuming, right? So there was a poster that was made, and it was my face, but it wasn't this. It was like some AI shit that Patrick put together, and it's derived from an image of me sitting on Harvey Weinstein's lap. I had my pants on. We were fine. But, you know, ironically, sitting on laps is the only reason why I'm on the show tonight. Levi wanted to sit on mine. Fit like a fucking, he was right. Well, listen, I'm only 20 years old. I know I look like the guy your mom had an affair with. But no, I was born in 2005. That's between Shrek 2 and Shrek 3, all right? But no, I'm not in college, but I do have a job, and I actually really enjoy my job. The only problem is I work with a lot of, like, old ladies. They're fine, right? They're right over there. Point is, they're not just older than me. I mean, they're like fucking falling downstairs. Like, it's a problem. And I guess stairs is a bit of a hyperbole. It's more like, you know, maybe like a quarter of one stage high. But it's actually just steps. But it's high enough for a lady to, like, break her arm in half. Like a Kit Kat. And she's sharing size, so it was tough. God. So we call her Stairmaster now, respectively. And she has to work in the cafeteria because it's on the first floor. Yeah. Well, speaking of the cafeteria, I was in there once, and I made eye contact with a different lady, and she was like, maybe from there to over to here, and then she ran towards me without saying a word, and then she started rubbing my head. This one. Be careful. And she didn't say a fucking word yet, but when she did, she got down like this, and she engaged her core, and she was like, this is how I used to make my kids fall asleep. Well, guess what? It's noon. I'm eating a salad. I've never been more awake than I am right now. But more importantly, I'm not your fucking kid. This is incredibly inappropriate. I want it to stop right now. But this isn't the first time this has happened. Like, I was at my desk once, and I was talking to a woman named April. Very nice, very affectionate. She likes to hug. She's a wine mom, you know. Come in here. She's like one of those people. But she was in front of me, and then I feel this on the back of my head. You know, nothing productive, you know, but enough to make, like, the presence known. And so before I realized it, April's eyes got really big, and then I swear to God I felt this on the back of my head. Terre Haute, I'd like you to meet Becky. Okay? Becky's a real lady that I know from work. Becky's 67. She has more dogs than teeth. And I see her once a day in my nightmares. And to give you a visual aid, picture like a rocking chair, like from Cracker Barrel, right? Put a wig on it. That's what she looks like. A chair with hair. A twig with a wig. Wood up to no good. You know, all right, so you get the point. Point is, she's fucking crazy. And ever since she did a line of coke off the back of my brainstem, I was a little, you know, I was worried. So, you know, and I had my, you know, my guard was up. Well, one day it went down. And I was at my desk once again, and this time she whispers in my ear. She goes, come closer. Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? You could give me 12 million wishes in eternal life. That shit would never cross my mind. Like what? If I'm on like my girlfriend's bed, I'm like, hey babe, will you do the thing that crazy bitch from work does? Snort? That's the one. Good Lord. Well, listen, most recently, she walked from the bathroom back to where we were working like this. Like kind of how a toddler like pees on the side of the road. Just, they don't know, just being forward. And I was making eye contact because I don't want to be around whatever the hell she's, throwing at me. And she was repeating this phrase. It was 2 words. She goes, reach it. Reach, 3 words. Reach for it. Reach for it. Go ahead. And I was like, what do you want me to do? Untangle your pubic hair? No. That's ridiculous. Refry your bean? No. No special tickles. Fuck off. But then she lifted up her smock and revealed a fanny pack full of wintergreen mints. And I was relieved because I thought I was about to get, voluntarily molested, but now I'm eating candy. Usually it's the other way around. So we're good. But Tara Ho, I ate that mint. And while it was going down my throat, I overheard her talking to a woman named Heather. And she was like, Heather, you've been to Golden Corral. She's like, of course. Bedford has the best one. Read no jokes to do work, Tenna. Hell yeah. She was like, yeah, I was at Golden Corral, chocolate fountain. I went to the bathroom, and I found blood in my urine. And I know. And I went to the doctor, and he says, I have a UTI. That's found in the bladder, which is neighboring walls to the fanny pack I took the fucking mint from. That's lovely. And then, she's always very curious. She's like, what'd you have for lunch, Luke? And I'm like, well, nothing today. My appetite's ruined. But she asked the same question to Heather. She was like, Heather, what's for lunch? And Heather had one word to reply. She goes, Chinese. And then Becky goes, ew. Pretty passionate. I was like, in my head, I'm like, is she against Chinese food or Chinese people? But then I had to wonder for too much longer because then she bowed. And on the way down, she said, ay, ay, ay. Which isn't even correctly racist. That's cross-branding. That's insane. She doesn't even like Chinese food. Don't fucking go ahead and put guacamole on fucking chow mein. That's ridiculous. No. And racism is crazy because it's the only thing that you could be more ill-informed in, and then you become a savant at the same time. I don't get it. God. She asked me to be in her wedding as the groom. I said, you clear that UTI up and I'll think about it. But for real though, I'd rather go down on Kathy Bates. Talk about misery. Some of you get it. It's all right. Oh, this is fun. Dude, this is a cool room. There's just fucking blueprints over there. What are we building? This is the building. This looks like we used to be in a library or some shit. Like we're in a natural history museum. We could also fit a whole big band back here. I love this place. This is awesome. Doing comedy, I have friends who are twice my age and could be my parents. And I've always been comfortable around older people. Not Becky. But when I was 6 years old, I was in daycare with a 12-year-old. And that sounds a little weird, I understand. But, he had size 8 shoes. Motherfucker had acne. He could go on any water slide he wanted. He was a king. And I recently saw him a few years ago at a wedding. And my mom, who's over there right now, give it up for her coming out. Give it up for all you guys coming out. I saw him at a wedding, and she divulged some fucking secret information. He was only going to daycare with a bunch of 6-year-olds because he got caught watching porn on the family computer. Haven't we all? And listen, I'm not a parent, but that's not how you handle that situation at all. If your kid has porn problems, you turn the computer off. You make him play a sport. Get him a prostitute. Whatever. You don't send him back to first fucking grade so he can show us the ropes? No. Get the fuck out of here. But no, his name's Clayton. And look at the funniest name ever, I guess. Awesome. Clayton taught me one lesson, from then on. It's just, you don't want to get caught. And I never got caught growing up, but I got very close once, and it was almost my fault. You see, I was at my own home computer, and my dad walked by. And he was like, this kid has, like, universal access to internet forever. I better intervene. And all he said was, you're not watching anything bad, are you? And back then, I liked to self-incriminate a lot. And I was like, no, Randall, no, I would never, no. Like, what do you mean, like what, like porn? You know, I brought it up. It's ridiculous. And before I could even finish, you know, insulting myself, he goes, don't even start that shit. Kind of like ex-drug addicts, you know? Like he had that kind of, like he'd been through the ringer, you know? And I returned that energy with like bad undercover cop. I was like, man, fuck porn. Porn's fucking stupid, dude. Fuck 12. I don't fuck with that. I know I'm 11, but you know, it's all memory. You know, I jerked off to an orange last week. I don't know what's what. So I lied to his face because little did Randall know, I knew more names of porn stars than presidents. It's the truth. And I started when I was like, I don't know, 11. I'm sorry, Mama. This is all, you're learning all about this right now. You better find out now in front of you guys and like, you know, in my room in 2018 or some shit. I probably wouldn't be doing comedy right now. Point is, I was in, you know how like fucking cocky I was going into 8th grade health class, knowing all the female anatomy I knew. I was doing like watching porn longer than I've been doing comedy now. I was seasoned. So much so that whenever we talked about reproductive organs, the girl next to me didn't know girls had 3 holes. And I was like, get with the program, bitch. Everyone knows that shit. 1 for blood, 1 for urine, and 1 for squirting. Because girls don't poop. Everyone knows that. Pretty sure I fucking nailed it. Now, when it comes to actual porn, though, I'm lucky because I've watched the same shit I did back then as I do now, all right? Any fan of Pogs in the room? All right, all right, sick. For those that don't know, that fucking table loves Pogs back there. Look at that. There we go. It's an acronym, and it stands for Fat Ass White Girls. Fat with a PH. You know, pretty cool. That word, PAWG, has been on my search history for years. And it happens to be the quickest word I can type ever. More than my name. Same amount of letters. Luke, Pog, whatever. But every now and then, I'll forget the G and still press search. And when you type in PAW into the search bar, you don't get porn. You get Paw Patrol. I've done it so many fucking times. And it's like one thing to be 20 and like watching kid cartoons. That's fine. You know, you can argue nostalgia. But if you're naked too, entirely different problem. That's insane. Hard to rebound from that. But I'm afraid, like, it's happened so many times, I think I've, like, crossed my wires because I can't watch Lady and the Tramp now, Marmaduke. Forget about it. Scooby-Doo I can watch because I can just blame my boner on Daphne and Velma. It works, promise. But no, I mean, obviously porn is like that, it degenerates, like my brain is probably fried for it. But I mean, I had a porn addiction before I stopped believing in Santa Claus. One year I asked Santa for a Cosmopolitan and a lock on my door. You know what I got instead? Paw Patrol DVD. I made it work. It's whatever. I'm going to get out of here real soon, but I want to end on this. So my mother is right over there, and I'm about to tell the story for the first time. She does not know it happened. When I was 11, I was telling her goodnight once, and her room was dark. She was basically half asleep, and I went to go hug her, and I accidentally grabbed her entire breast. I didn't squeeze, but it was long enough to realize that it was definitely her tit. And a couple months later, I'm 12 now, and I found out she gets diagnosed with breast cancer. And when my dad sat me down to tell me this, I was like, that can't be right. I just gave her an exam. But I mean, I thought it was my fault though, for sure. But I mean, who can blame me? The exact same thing happened to my dad's prostate. Only difference, Randall was awake. It was his birthday. And speaking of birthdays, around my birthday, I got sent a BuzzFeed article about sexually compatible birthdays. And I was like, hook me the fuck up. Cool, let's see some data. And my birthday's July 12th, and it said July 12th matches with September 7th, which means nothing to you guys, but that's my dad's birthday. And Terre Haute, before you got to know me a little bit, I'm devious little porn addict. Not gonna fuck my dad, okay? All right, I'll finger him, but I'll draw the line at anal. Not happening. Fuck no. Luckily, Randall does not have to get fucked by his son because I have share a birthday with Brock Lesnar. Some of you may not know who Brock Lesnar is. Picture Hulk like halfway. Like, he's like almost there. Big, roided up dude. And if Randall does not want to have his guts rearranged by halfway Hulk, one more solution with July 12th birthdays. Believe it or not, Bill Cosby. So no matter who Randall chooses, by the end of the night, he's going to be unconscious. You guys have been awesome. Thank you guys so much. Get Levi back up here. Fuck yeah, dude.
Keep it going for Luke. Luke, you're a really good indicator that we all really did have the same childhood. We had the family computer, except, see, I thought I was slick. I would print off pictures of porn stars and then, like, stash away in the bathroom, like, my precious, yes. Which is why my dad never caught me with anything on the computer, but it's also why we went through ink like a motherfucker. Surprise, Dad, that's the answer. Joshua wasn't just printing off walkthroughs of Final Fantasy. I was jacking it. And also playing a lot of Final Fantasy. I'm going to bring up your next comedian of the night, Terre Haute Brew Co. Please give it up for Laura Stockwell.
Thanks, everybody. Give it up for everybody you've heard tonight. So fun. What a fun crowd. What a fun room. Woo! Yes. So I am the youngest in my family. Tenna's mama. I am baby. I am baby. I'm actually so much baby that was what my family called me for like 20 years. It got to the point where I was hanging out with my older brother and his girlfriend, and he was like, hey, babe. And we both went, yeah? It was like, this can't ever happen again. That's got to stop. So that's when the nickname kind of tapered off. But yeah, I am the youngest of 6 kids. My parents had 6 kids, which means I guess they really like to fundraise for the PTO. Really like to do that. I feel like being the youngest really made me who I am and who I am not, okay? I am not a leader. That is clear. I am a born follower. The very first thing that I did in this entire world is enter it through a hole that 5 other people had already used. Not really a trailblazer, I guess. I guess that's not counting my dad either. Oh, God. Don't want to think about him using that hole. Yes. That's the other thing that I'm not is I'm not very opinionated. I'm not. I learned early on that people don't really care what baby thinks. Nobody's waiting to hear my hot take, where I want to go, what I want to do. Nobody cares. That's why now, I say that opinions are a lot like assholes. I do not have one. Luke knows. No pooping. That's right. The one thing that I am, because I am the youngest child, is incredibly needy. I need everybody to love me very much. Please clap for me now, in fact. Let's do that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I am very needy, and as an adult baby, one of my problems now is that I've been told I can't take criticism, which is a dumb phrase. Can't take criticism. Excuse me? Excuse me? It's those well-adjusted people who can just shrug stuff off and not care. They're the ones who aren't taking criticism. I'm taking the criticism. I take it and I keep it inside of me and it burns a hole in my soul forever. That's the criticism I'm taking. I take it, yeah. An example of how deeply I take it is 5th grade. Harkens all the way back to 5th grade. I was at lunch with this girl named Cirilli Seth, and she told me that I eat Doritos like a lizard. And so now, every time I eat Doritos, I have to think about how I can't wait to get on stage and call Cirilli Seth a bitch. Yeah, that's how deep that criticism goes. No, when I'm not calling 5th graders bitches, believe it or not, I'm a professional. I have a real job. I work at IU at a technology center, which is crazy because if there is one thing I hate, it is having a job. I hate it. The thing I hate most about my job, it's a technology center and a women's empowerment center. And so my job is always trying to make me empowered. They're trying to make me into a leader, which is something, as I've told you, I am not. They've taken me to like leadership seminars and conferences and workshops, and it has not worked at all. The one thing that I did get out of it, though, the empowerment that I got, was that one time I took a book that I got for free at one of these empowerment conferences, and I returned it to Target for a gift card. That was pretty empowering. Felt pretty good about that, yeah. It was kind of a religious experience, honestly, because, Jesus famously took water, boring, and turned it into wine, awesome. And I took some stupid book and turned it into buy 4, get 1 free panties from Target. So, who's the real hero? I think it's me. No, I wish I was more empowered. I do. Unfortunately, I was born a woman in the Midwest and a people pleaser, which makes me a triple threat of not wanting to be too threatening. I just don't want to bother anybody. I'm the type that will bump into furniture and apologize. That's kind of my fucking MO. Which I wish I was more like my dad. That guy does not apologize for shit. Never. And I wish I could harness a little bit of that. So I'll tell you a quick little story about my dad. A couple years back, we were, my family, the 6 siblings and my parents, we went to Las Vegas to celebrate my parents' 50th wedding anniversary. Yay! Yeah, it was cool. We went there, and we rented a big SUV, and we were all driving around in the family car like hadn't happened in 30 years. It was very sweet. My dad's driving. We're going out to dinner on this big Las Vegas highway, and then suddenly, my dad realizes that the exit he needed to take is over there, 6 lanes over, and he just fucking goes for it. So we're cutting across 6 lanes of Las Vegas traffic. Horns are honking, my family is screaming, my life is flashing before my eyes. It's one of the most insane things that's ever happened. And my brother, who is normally very chill, all of a sudden, he goes, "You could have fucking killed us." And by this point, the SUV stopped wobbling and we're in the lane to go to dinner. And the reason I remember this whole incident is not because we almost barrel rolled across 6 lanes of traffic and I ended up dead in a Las Vegas ditch. The reason I remember this story is because my dad goes, "Sorry, guys." And that was really fucking crazy. He's never said that before. So truly, in my family, when we talk about this story, we're like, you remember that time Dad said sorry? That was crazy. It was. I actually have kids. I have 3 kids. And I know what you're thinking. You have 3 kids? Why? Why would anyone do that? We know of so many ways to prevent it. I do. I have 3 kids, and I love them very much. It is weird, though. It's weird having kids. Having kids is the only time in my experience that people have ever lined up to hold something I just had in my vagina. Pretty weird. Does make me feel like, it's a little bit like having an OnlyFans, I imagine. I'll never know, because they ruined me. Seriously, I had all 3 of my kids in my 20s, so I had just been handed my perfect young, hot body, and then I went and had 3 kids. Got all stretched out and full of milk. That's not the way anything looks good. It's like I was handed the keys to a brand new car, and I'm driving off the lot, and I get rear-ended. Only if I had been rear-ended, maybe I wouldn't have had those damn kids. Am I right? That's a joke about anal sex. All right, you know what? I'm going to finish off with just one quick story. I was recently performing at a graduation show, and so I had an inspirational tale, and I feel like I'll end this with my inspirational story. So I was recently reading about a study from the 1950s, because I like to stay on top of the news. I like to stay current. In this story, this scientist was trying to figure out how long it took rats to drown. You know, science stuff. So what he would do is he would put these rats in the water, and he'd let them swim around until they drowned, which took about 15 minutes on average. That's what he would find. So then he decided that he would let the rats get to the point of almost drowning, and he'd scoop them up, and he'd dry them off, give them a second, and then put them back in the water. Here's the crazy part. Okay, how long do you think these rats that got placed back in the water, how long do you think they would swim for? Any guesses? I'm going to break your heart. You're never going to guess. 60 hours. 60 hours. Because, you know, they had hope now. This is a story, the testament to the unbelievable power of hope, right? And it just goes to show you that if you have enough belief in what's possible and enough determination, anyone can eventually torture a rat to death. All right, my name's Laura Stockwell. Thank you, guys.
Laura Stockwell. Terre Haute Brewing Company. You still with us? Yeah, that's right. That's what we love to see. Hey, we got one more comedian for you tonight. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Please make sure that you are tipping your bartenders and everybody here at Terre Haute Brewing Company. Honestly, if you want to tip us, you can tip us. Shit, I'm not going to say no to a couple extra bucks. I'm trying to go sing some karaoke, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go get nuts. That being said, we got one more comedian, so thank you all for being with us. You've been a great crowd so far. Keep that energy going for KJ Weaver.
How's it going, everybody? I'm KJ Weaver. I'm 28, and I am single. Don't woo that. I could be a piece of shit. You don't know. You don't know. No, I'm not. And before you stereotype me, no, I don't have any children. But in my last relationship, I did just spend like a year and a half as a step-parent. And having done that, I could tell you guys, like from the bottom of my heart, there's no greater joy in life than being single with no kids. So, fuck them kids. You don't know how good it feels to walk out on kids who ain't yours, man. Felt like an athlete being traded to a new team and shit. And I'm like, hey, little Mikey, we had a good couple of seasons.
when I would check out my other prospects, you know. Hey, babe, sorry I couldn't get you that ring. And I'm call me Django Unchained out here. No, okay. No, but I'm holding off from dating until I find somebody whose beliefs align with mine. Not to bash anybody for anything, but I try to live my life according to the good book, which is Twilight New Moon. And hey, whoa. Gotta get me a Bella. Slang for white girl. Haven't had it, not opposed to it. I'm just like, socially awkward, Feel like I'm being judged. As a black guy with a stutter, it does not look too good when you introduce yourself to somebody. Like, hi, I'm KJ, and I'm a neuroscientist, My partner is Latina. We haven't got engaged yet because I'm nervous right now. Last week, her folks called me a nice guy, so I guess I got that going for myself. You gotta mix and mingle, though. That's what the dream was about. You guys heard of a guy named Martin Luther King? Have you heard of it? He's got a holiday. Do you guys celebrate that? But do you celebrate it, though? Like, in my community, I don't know if y'all ever seen this, like, Martin Luther King Day weekend, we throw parties, and they have these flyers. They'll be on Facebook. Keep an eye out for these. The flyers are crazy. They take photos of Dr. King. They Photoshop gold chains and pinky rings on them, stuff he would never wear. He's got a bottle on one hand, a stack of money in the other. It's ridiculous. They put a crown on his head. He looks like Slick Rick. But I don't know who makes these, but it's getting out of hand. And you just know Martin's looking down in disapproval. Coretta, look at this. What are they doing down there? They do this every year. I don't even have tattoos on my knuckles. And what the hell is a Casamigos? You know what? Maya Angelou's up there. I believe it's tequila. Ooh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Maya Angelou's just my type. That voice, man, that's very sultry. They don't make them like that no more, And she's a poet. She's got a way with words. Can you imagine her, like, sweet-talking you, At my age, I thought I was past my sexual prime, but still I rise. Woo, damn. And you got to reciprocate that, serenade her sometimes. Sing her a good song, like Computer Love. But do it like Louis Armstrong. Shooby-doo-bop, broody-bop, I wanna love you. Shooby-doo-bop, broody-bop. Too old school? Old school? Nah. Y'all fans of old school shit? Y'all like old school? I like old. I like duets. I like love songs. I admit on the ride here, I was listening to like a throwback station, just getting in the zone and everything. But what came on the throwback station? But it was the Black Eyed Peas, right? And not that there's anything wrong with that. But the Black Eyed Peas can't make a proper love song. The dynamic is just way off. There's three guys talking about how they want to get into one girl's pants. And Fergie has to go along with everything that's being said. Well, I am. Is you gonna rock this black cock? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Do you want some Filipino dick? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Can I put this racially ambiguous penis right between your lips? Why will I am? Slow the beat down, down, down. First show. Look at that, 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 look at that. Bukkake. It's just. There's no romance to that whatsoever. It don't work for me. I don't know about you guys. Bring back the romance. Bring back the romance. Some ladies like to receive flowers. Some ladies like to receive flowers. But I noticed there's like a little bit of hypocrisy going on there. A girl don't like to receive flowers from a man she don't already like. If she ain't into you, flowers ain't gonna save you, buddy. And when you're in a relationship, if she brings it up, it's already too late. If your girl say, like, baby, you don't ever get me flowers, that's not the time you try to go get her flowers. Unless, there's a loophole. Unless, get her a bouquet of dead flowers, claim you already had them. She'll get curious, ask you, she'll be curious. Where were they this whole time? You think of something. I hid them in the oven. You would know if you cooked every once in a while. Hey. I'm just fooling around here. Damn. What do we got here? Matter of fact, just give it up for the brewery. They got a stellar drink selection. But I have been laughing up an appetite. And I don't know about you guys, but I could tear a hot dog up in about 2 seconds. Hey, oh, it was worth it. It was worth it. It was worth it. Really bad joke. It was worth it. No, I tell myself I'm going to try to find better eating habits, stay away from junk foods. You know, that's like my New Year's resolution every year. But it's been difficult to do with like these checkout lines everywhere you go. That's the devil's distraction, I'll tell you. You know, you're at gas stations, right? You put whatever on pump 7, but you got to have a bag of Skittles to go with it, because why not? It's convenient. Go to Best Buy, you're getting cameras, your plasma screen TV. While you check out, there's a bag of gummy worms. Got to have that. Even with like going like to AutoZone, getting brake pads, your light bulbs. They got like Payday bars and Reese's. I had a relative pass away when we were going to buy the casket. Not only was there a checkout line, there was like a Cracker Barrel style gift shop in the front. You know, I grabbed a coffin keychain, a copy of Morgue magazine. I know that look. That's not completely true, okay? I don't read. But, no, I don't read. I don't read. At most, I like to read like these little like articles in magazines, like celebrities you didn't know were related, cool little trivia things. Now, I seen one earlier this week, and I feel like a dumbass. I didn't know like the actress Julia Roberts was related to Emma Roberts, you know? One's known for their red hair, the other has white or whatever's going on. And the same article, Jared Leto related to Stuart Little. One's known for their white hair, the other's some rat-faced bastard. You guys figure out, you know, you figure it out. No, I try not to read, like even online articles on my Yahoo and shit, because all the news is just disappointing right now, man. Like they're just saying like the world is becoming divided, right? There's this and that. In 15 years' time, where will America be, you know? I feel like they're separated in like two groups of people, right? 15 years, it'd be like the children of God and the children of Nick Cannon. Like, it's either that or Elon Musk, you know? I'm putting it together. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. No, Nick Cannon, though. You guys big hip-hop fans? Or kind of, sort of. You ever heard of a, no? You guys know who Snoop Dogg is, right? No? He's all over the place. This guy, he went from gangster rapper to like commercial spokesman for like every product known to man. Like what type of career pivot is that? It doesn't really translate well. You don't see Ice Cube, you know, on commercials, you know. What it do? I'm Ice Cube and I want you to start banking with Chime because knowing how to budget your funds is gangster. Who thought of that? I'm Ice Cube and I want you to get on Ancestry.com because knowing your roots is gangster. And that's the whole selling point. Now, I guess I noticed a trend with like black celebrities. When they get up there in age, they either like become a game show host or a spokesperson for things. Even like this guy, Lil Jon. Like he's got a show on HGTV. Makes no damn sense. It's like Pimp My Ride, but for houses, you know. I put a fish tank in the kitchen. I don't know. But I don't think it makes sense. It doesn't work for him. But who it would work for is this guy, MC Hammer. You know, hardware joke, you know. Call it housing with the hammer. Yeah. He'll take somebody for a tour of a property. Tell them, you can't touch this, you can't touch this, you can't touch this. Too legit, you must commit. Okay. MC Hammer likes money. He's been bankrupt before. So whenever he closes a deal, the camera pans down to those parachute pants, and he's got a big old boner, and you can't touch that. That's why they call it housing with the hammer. That thing right there. You gotta do something like that fits your name. Like, I don't think rappers pick their names wisely. There's a guy named Afro Man, right? Afro Man. Did he ever think, what would happen if Afro Man goes bald? What are we supposed to call him? I don't think he thought that went through because he got high. Hey, okay, breaking out the news shit. Okay. How we doing on time, Levi? What'd you say? Oh, a couple of minutes. I got a couple of minutes. Okay. Oh, man, okay. Sheesh, what should I talk about? Okay, I noticed that there's like a medical diagnosis for like a lot of odd things these days, right? Restless leg syndrome, chronic bedwetting, I don't know, erectile dysfunction. You got medically diagnosed for all types of things these days. I feel like I have an illness that just hasn't been diagnosed yet. I don't like to work. I hate to work. I hate to sweat. I hate to walk fast. I can't wait to get diagnosed and get some benefits for that. That is all I have for that joke. Let me see. I'm trying some new things. Can I try some new things for you guys? Okay. I was thinking more about these rappers that changed their careers and stuff. Like this rapper T.I., right? I feel like eventually he's got to change his career and do something like, no, not stand-up comedy. Don't say that. I think he'll try. I think it's right there in his name, though. Just flip the letters around and be like T.I., the IT guy. But he's got to be the most annoying IT guy because he has this really big vocabulary. You're trying to figure out about your computer, and he's confusing you. You know, it would appear that your digital roaming services have been intermittently compromised, and as a byproduct, a substantial list of accesses and permissions have been incapacitated indefinitely. What the hell is he talking about? I don't even have Xfinity. You know? I got Spectrum. $30 high speed, no contract. What you know about that, T.I.? Hang up the phone. Ain't about to be tossing me a word salad. I pay my bills, you know. No, you guys are cool. You guys are cool. So I'm originally from a city called Youngstown, Ohio. Have anybody heard about that? Youngstown, Ohio. Just to give you a brief version of it. It's kind of like Gary, Indiana meets Compton, California meets dangerous place. You know, it's known for its rough streets, the potholes, not the people. But no. No, being from Ohio, I'd be scared to admit that sometimes. It's not the coolest place to be from. I see people talk shit on Twitter all the time, you know. There's too many cornfields. There's human trafficking. President Taft is fat, you know, but say what you will. Regardless of where you come from, people gonna talk shit, and you just gotta wear it with pride, swag it out, right? A lot of times I think about Jay-Z. He's not from Ohio, he's from Brooklyn. But my point is that you don't listen to Jay-Z's music without hearing him talk about BK and how like cool it is, right? He says BK so much, I don't know if he be talking about Brooklyn or Beyonce Knowles or Burger King, you know. 75% of the time he's talking about Burger King, we don't even catch it. We're just bobbing our heads to it anyway. You know, he's just, I promise you this is something that you ain't never tasted before. Is it impossible or improvisational? These new Whoppers are so sensational, they make you feel smarter. That's what they made them for. Jordan is to ballin' with Sean Carter's two Whoppers. If you're gonna eat fast food, you better do it proper. The pickles, the lettuce, tomatoes, the combos. Pull up the BK, it's worth every dollar. Oh. Sheesh. Need some of that, you know? Put that on the Super Bowl halftime show. Just get it monetized now. No, I like that. I think that it'll be a good world to live in, bring a lot of people together. We need that Whopper rap coming up. I'm fooling around, pulling out some new voices. I normally like to end my set on an impression, but it's hard to keep up with like who's relevant out here these days. So I've been tweaking it. I've been looking for like generic things that everybody's familiar with, right? So this is like an impression. It's nobody famous. Can I do this for you guys? Can I do this new impression? It's nobody famous. This is just an impression of like a guy having a good time, okay? Woo! Oh, yeah! Shit! Open your mouth! Open your mouth! Okay, my name is KJ Weaver. That'll do it for me. Okay.
One more time for KJ Weaver and all your comedians tonight. One more time for your Terre Haute Brewing Company. I want to give a special shout out to a guy that booked us all on this. Give it up for my good buddy Patrick Eaton for getting us all out here. And most importantly of all, give it up for yourselves, because without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. So give it up for yourselves. Thank you so much. Thank you all for coming out. If you want to see us again, tell your brewing company staff you want to see us again. And I'm sure we'll be back, because I certainly would like to do this again. So if y'all want to come back out, we'll be back. So thank you all. Have a good night. Thank you.